Our clinic provides the Salina community with a comprehensive spectrum of services delivered with compassion and sensitivity. We strive to create a partnership with our patients that promotes health and well-being in all phases of life. We care about our patients, we care about providing quality health care services, and we care about our community. Chances are you know many of us because Maori Clinic physicians live in Salina. We are coaches for youth sports teams and leaders for Boy Scouts and 4-H. We offer time, talent, and financial support to a variety of community events and charities. Our children attend school with your children. Our families attend worship services with your families. And we are proud to call Salina home. We have a vested interest in the success of this community, and we remain committed to an independent practice model that promotes our proud heritage and philosophy to provide quality medical care centered on the relationship between each patient and the physician of their choice. You have a choice for your medical care. Choose a doctor dedicated to the pursuit of excellence in healthcare services. Choose Maori Clinic.
I am a certified nurse aide. I had stage 2 Hodgkin's lymphoma. I was a senior in nursing school and I was tired a lot, but I was a senior in nursing school. You don't get much sleep, so tired is expected, and cancer was nowhere on my radar. The worst part is probably the feeling of isolation. I had to stay home, and my friends didn't want to necessarily stay home with me. The texts and phone calls and even Facebook messages from some kind of stopped. The staff at Tammy Walker basically took me in like a family member. I've never felt alone there, and that's about the only place that I've never ever felt alone. Life now is good. I never have a bad day anymore because I know what it's like to have an actual bad day. I give a lot of credit for how I'm doing to Tammy Walker because they still support me even now.
The friendly staff at Salina Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Clinic, located at 523 South Santa Fe, are always welcoming new patients to serve in the areas of sports medicine, total joint care, and more. You can contact the office at 785-823-7213 or toll free at 1-866-406-4141.
And now, please stand as the Salina Police Department Honor Guard presents our colors as the Salina Central Band performs our national anthem under the direction of Senior Drum Major Tristan Spicer.
Welcome to week number 7, Salina Access TV Friday Night Football. This is Stuart Haas. And Charles is out of state for a workshop with his being a realtor, and so he is involved in that. So I'm here, and this should be a very interesting game. Both teams come in at 3-3, and we've had other times where the teams have come in with identical records or very close to the identical records. Come into games where both teams were almost identical in what they do and don't do. And I think it's going to come down to being an old-fashioned game. I'm going to say that somewhat of a smash-mouth South Central football game. I really see that. Central is the home team. South is visiting. But this is a little bit two teams' offensive philosophy, and it's really based upon what they have. As I've said before, you can't take a quarter horse and put him behind the plow and expect him to go do 40 acres, nor can you put a plow horse in a quarter-mile race and expect him to do anything. So you got to work with what you have. And what hinders Central is Dylan Winsel is still out. He's out for the year. When he was healthy, when you combine him with Dalton Peters, that was an excellent two-headed punch that they had. You know, the two-headed monster. And Bella Reed is a good enough quarterback that he provides a third type of threat. Well, now that Winsel's gone, they're just down to Dalton and Bella Reed. For South has a little more varied attack. They have a better throwing quarterback than Mr. Jacob Yarowitz. And they got the two standing wide receivers in Becker and Marcotte. But they also have a bit of a two-headed running threat in D'Angelo Turner and Sam Corona, where D'Angelo Turner is more of the sprinter type speed. Sam is quick. He's a little bigger and runs with a little more power. So I asked Coach Travis Benoit, who is the defense coordinator for Central, what were they planning on doing? And he just smiled and said, Stu, I'm not going to tell you this time. I just got some surprises, and we're just going to wait and see what surprises he has. But he did kind of give me a hint. He said, if you've watched the games, which he knows I have, he said, I've done 3-man fronts and I've done 6-man fronts. And so I expect to see a mixture. I expect him to bring a safety up in the box, but not all the way up in the box. Because South has that throwing, and they've got two different tight ends slash wide receiver. You've got Jacob Foster and Mr. Cochever, both of them tall guys who can get down the field and they can attack the middle. You got Marcotte and Becker can attack the outside. You've got Corona and Turner who can catch it in the flat. So defense for Central, it's going to be very important that everyone has their keys, stays with their keys, and doesn't get off their keys.
Good evening and welcome.
But if South
ABCTL
offense
can
bring, suck up Central's defense up and in, they're going to pop over top on them.
Between the Salina South Cougars and your
Now,
Salina Central
on South side, on defense,
this contest is being played in
I think they're geared to stop Dalton Peters. If they're going to be beat, they want to be beat by Mr. Bella Reeve, who's not as good a throwing quarterback as Jacob Yarowitz is for South. So I think they're going to try to take Dalton. And as Sam and I talked in the post-game interview last week, that's easier said than done. This kid runs hard. He really runs hard. He's got speed. And when you meet him, he's muscled, but he's not this real big muscled guy. He doesn't carry a lot of weight on him, but he's a wrestler. He understands. He understands leverage. He understands body position, and to fight through tackles. I've seen him break more tackles than just about any other running back I've seen for South of Central in years. He just is a hard running back. And I believe we'll see this kid playing football somewhere on Saturday next year. You know, I've never asked Coach Hall who's showing interest in him. And we've got a good size. We've got a good crowd on both sides of the ball, although we still have some empty seats here and there. And maybe it would be better if it wasn't both schools that sit a record of 3-3. If we're sitting at maybe 4-2 or 5-1 or even 6-0. We might see a bigger crowd. I mean, people sitting in the end zone like we've done before. Well, I asked Sam what he was going to do, and I did not see whether they won and deferred. I don't think they deferred because South's going to get the ball. He told me he didn't know what he was going to do if he won the toss. Here's the kick. Down inside the 10, about the 9. Nice cut. And he's going to be up over the 25. He's going to be close to the 30.
On the return for the Cougars is number 15, Dylan Becker.
Dylan Becker going to turn it up to about the 29-yard line.
South will begin their first drive on their own 29-yard line.
I think we're going to have the battle on the field. We're going to have the battle of the student cheering sections. Central's all decked out in black for blackout night. South is decked out in pink for cancer awareness. He's looking to throw it right away. And it was overthrown. He actually, the defender actually did a good job of kind of just getting in his way and holding him up a little bit. If Dylan hadn't been held up, I think he would have got to it, but the closest person to it was the safety. What Jacob Yarowitz has to do is he's got to look off those safeties. He needs to make sure that the safeties are not fluing in and he's not looking at the wide receiver he's going to throw to all the way down. We got some movement. They're calling defense.
Encroachment, defense, number 24, 5-yard penalty, remains second down. Please start the ready for play on my signal.
Okay. 5-yard penalty against Central. They went from a 2nd and 10 to 2nd to 5. So now it's just a handoff. There's going to be a flag, looks like holding behind the play, because that play is enough for a first down.
Number 43, Sam Corona, and he picks up a first down for the Cougars. There is a flag on the play.
Might have a holding or a block in the back.
Holding, number 64 offense, 10-yard penalty from the stall of the crowd, remains second down.
Okay, both teams now have penalty early in the game. So they went from 2nd and 5 to a first down, now back to 2nd and 15. He bobbled the ball. It was almost like a wide receiver type screen.
Yarwood's pass ball is incomplete, intended for number 34, Damaj Smith.
Damaj just did not catch it and bobbled it and went out of bounds. But they were set up with 2 wide receivers in front of him blocking. He would have got some positive yardage because where he hit the ball, where he hit the ball. Where he got his hands on it. Oh, there's gonna be a first down. Nice roll out to the right. But where he bobbled the ball was already past.
Garwood's pass is complete for the first down. Number 18, Jacob Markov.
The 5 yards, so he would have picked up positive yards, but nice rollout and throw to a wide receiver coming back, and that's enough for a first down. Up to the 42. It's going to be a straight handoff. And he's just going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
He's brought to the third by number 43, Josh Walters.
I'm trying to watch for some of the surprises that Coach Benoit told me about. Like I said in the pregame show, he wouldn't tell me what I was going to do this game. He said, this time, Sue, I want to throw some surprises. They're flipping their tight end. Another deep handoff. There's the speed. There's the speed. He's still running. He's going to have enough for a first down. A lot of whistles. Trying to keep the kids from going into anything, some of that extracurricular activity that's not really condoned by our student athletes. But that takes it to the first down to the 46-yard line of Central. All right, there was just a mix-up. It was supposed to either be a straight handoff to the fullback, Damaj Smith.
He's tackled on the backfield by number 40, Isaiah Veal.
Or it was supposed to be a fake to him and then continue often around the left side with the tailback in the option read. But they bumped into each other, both the fullback and the quarterback, and totally blew that play, and it caused a loss of a yard on that down. Your second living, okay, they're flipping the quarterback again. Tight end again, excuse me. And they're pulling, and there's a delay back to this side, and he's still running, fighting all the way down to the side of the 40. He's going to be down to the 39-yard line. If he had stayed to the outside, I know something opened up on the inside, but if he had stayed to the outside, he could have gone a lot farther down the field. They really had it kind of pinned off. But he saw that opening and took it. He picked up 8 yards, so now it's 3rd down and 3. That's a Damaj Smith who's plowing and still going, and he's going to carry it down inside to the 34-yard line, excuse me, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Now this is what South needs to do. Both schools need to do this. Nice long drives, and then you want to cap it off by putting it in the end zone. That's the best defense you can have in the whole wide world is a time-eating, touchdown scoring offense. He's changed something. Just a straight read to Sam. And he's going to be down all the way down inside the 20. That takes it down to the 19. Now, I asked Coach Sellers before the game, does Mr. Yarhovitz have the authority to change plays at the line of scrimmage? He said yes, in some instances, yes. He said, and also plays are changed not even sometimes by I'll explain this after this play. Oh, they're trying a quick throw to the outside, let the one wide receiver to block for the other one, but Central's defenders were right up in their faces and blew that up. But Coach Sellers told me that when they walk up and they see the Central's defense or the other defense in one formation, nice fake and run. You're going to run down to about the 10. And that's Sam.
the Cougar ball carrier.
He's a little bigger than D'Angelo, and he's quick. He might not have, like I said, the track speed that D'Angelo Turner has. But he has a little more power and runs with more power because of his size difference. Got a second one. They're giving it to the fullback. And he's going to carry it down inside the 7 for a first down.
34, Demaj Smith.
But what Coach Schiller says, if they see the defense in this kind of a formation, they automatically will switch. He said, and there are some nonverbal things that they can do to let them know the play has been switched. And he said, and we worked on this in practice, so everybody, and he stressed everybody across the board on the offense knows what's coming. Yep, it's going to be 5 yards on south. Everybody took off, but the center hadn't snapped the ball.
False start. Offensive line, 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, he says offensive line because there were so many that jumped. Even the running backs and the wide receivers are jumping. So that tells me the center didn't snap it when he was supposed to. He's going to mark him out where? Just inside the 1.
Yarwood's pass is complete to number 15, Dylan Becker.
Just inside the 1. See, I talked about in the pregame that this is the problem Central's going to have. They can throw it and run it. So you just can't load up to stop one or the other. You've got to kind of pick your what you want to do. All right, well, there's a handoff, and that's going to be a loss of a yard back to the 2. And if the truck has more tape, if you could bring it up, I need to replace some tape that got broken by some fans. Got 3rd and goal from the 2. Touchdown. Sam Corona. They just powered it right off tackle. Here's the kick. Kick is up and good. So it's 6:34 to go in the first quarter. You got a score of Salina South 7, Central 0. And of course, this game provides interest around the state. I've seen several of the Wichita television stations are here. Saw some friends I hadn't seen in a while. That's the one thing I like about the South Central Day. It brings people out. And it's good to see them and to reacquaint with them again, even if it's for 5 or 10 minutes before the game starts. All right, Mr. Villa Castro, the sophomore kicker for Salina South, be kicking off. It's going to be a high blue kick, and he's caught it right at about the 31-yard line. Now, I know South probably would have liked to have landed it somewhere between the 20-25 or 25-30. But what they're doing is they're keeping away from Dalton Peters and his return threat. Center comes out in the eye. I believe it's the offset eye a little bit. It is. Can't see who it's on.
Encroachment, number 48, defense. 5-yard penalty.
Somebody up front. Defensive lineman. He's not going to. It's Dalton Peters following the fullback lead up in the hole. He's going to maybe get a yard,
On the
2 yards.
Thanks, number 33, Dalton Peters. Making the tackle for Salina South, number 31, Evan Irish. Brings up 2nd and 3 for the Mustangs.
And this is where South's got to be careful that they don't get sucked up and then Central throws over the top. I think he's going to be short of the first down.
Taking the handoff is running back number 33, Dalton Peters.
He's going to be about the length of a football,
For Anthony Moreno.
or half a yard short of the first down. Coach Sellers did tell me that they really want their defensive line to penetrate and get into the backfield and disrupt the play before it ever gets started. He's going to have enough for a first. That's Dalton. He's going to carry it up to the 42-yard line. And Sam agreed with what I've always said, is that the best way to stop any offense is by penetration in the offensive backfield and get it stopped before it ever gets started. And then what you do is you put that offense into 2nd and 3rd down and long, and you've kind of let them change, so it eliminates some of their playbook. Again, the Dalton. He's going to push up to about the 46, a little over the 46, short of the 47.
The Mustangs, number 33, Dalton Peters.
Be about a 5-yard pickup.
Picking up 5 yards.
Now he got hit about a yard or two just past line of scrimmage, but he kept his feet going. And again, I'm going to preach it again. If you hit them low and take out their feet, they can't do that. Another lead again. He's not going to get much. Now this is a big, strong offensive line by Central. Not as big as they've had in the past, but it's bigger than what they've had in the last couple of years. And they've leaned on this line. And the line, for the most part, has come through. Even their 3 losses, they moved the ball against the teams that they lost to. Fullback moved too soon. The extra fullback, you might call him the halfback, who's lying right next to the fullback.
All start, number 24 offense, 5-yard penalty, and go for down.
Now that kind of changes your playbook a little bit. They went from 3rd and 4 to 3rd and 9. He's back to throw. He's got a man open. Got a man open. Now it's just a race. And he's not going to catch him. And I just said that about 3 or 4 plays ago, that they're going to suck him up and throw over the top. And that's what they just did. A safety was missing somewhere.
Kick is up and good.
Extra point is good by number So with 3:40 to go in the first quarter, we got a score of South Central tied at 7 each. And more kids have shown up, so I'm about to start standing now so I can see. I wonder if they're going to kick it deep again, because the return men for South have the ability to take it to the distance too, or take it to the house, whichever terminology you prefer. High, deep kick, taking about the 10-yard line. He's coming to the center of the field, looking for a block. He's got it. He's got the edge. He's going to be tackled out inside
Return by number 15, Dylan
45.
Becker. Tackle made by number 19, Sumjai Kunavan.
That's the problem about kicking it deep. They're going to get the ball at their 42. Central's flipping their defense. It's a quick handoff to Demaj Smith. And although he looked like he got yards, he was running at an angle. So it's going to carry him up to the 45. It's only going to be a 3-yard pickup. But he ran about 5 or 6 yards to get to that 3-yard pickup. But that's what the defense gave him. At some point in time, you, as an offensive coordinator, you want him to be able to turn his shoulders to be able to start going north and south and picking up more positive yards. Here's that counterback pull-up tray with D'Angelo Turner. He's going to carry up to the 46. Now you got 3rd and 6.
Ball carrier number 3, D'Angelo Turner. Tackle made by number 1, Jalen Parks. Will be 3rd and 6 for the Cougars.
Now I wonder if they're going to do that rollout, throw it back to the wide receiver who goes deep and comes back. He's having to run for his life. It's intercepted. He did not throw it high enough. He had a wide receiver open, and because he was on the run, he did not throw it high enough.
There's a flag on the play.
Now it might be post.
Play on sportsmanlike conduct, number 1, Salina Central. That's his first charge on sportsmanlike conduct penalty.
15-yard penalty after the turnover. Oop, I got that on the wrong side. Jacob just needed to put a little more loft on the ball and he would have been okay. Here's another run to Dalton.
Ball carriers number 33, Dalton Peters.
He's going to get
Tackle made by number
1-yard pickup.
Irish. Picking up 1 yard on the play, brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, they got the offset power eye. And he's going to be tackled for a loss. That's a nice play by South defense out there on the corner.
Running the ball for SC is number 24, Adrian Castelli.
And Adrian's going to get tackled back to the 42-yard line.
Justin Allen. Brings up 3rd and 13 for the Mustangs.
That's a 4-yard loss. He's looking to throw it. It's going to be complete, but it's just going to be
Hillary pass is complete to number 11, Travis Bigler.
to about the 49-yard line of Salina South. He's still going to be 4 yards short of a first down. And I don't think Mike's going to punt.
On the play brings up 4th and 4.
Zincher will go for it. I think it was the end knife receiver that made that completion. And ran Dalton Peters out of the backfield, and there was no one there to pick him up.
Pass is complete to number 33, Dalton Peters. Picking up 10 yards on the play.
That's a nice drawn-up play and nicely executed play by Salina Central.
Tackle made by number 23.
South didn't have anybody, whether it be a linebacker or a safety, come out and take him on. And that's the end of the quarter with a score of Salina South 7, Salina Central 7. Well, South scored by running. Central on a nice long pass play of 50-some yards. I think they heard the announcer say 57 yards, but I'm not sure. So, they flip ends of the field.
The quilts that are being auctioned off by the Saline County Youth Relay for Life. Bids will be taken until halftime. Please see the table in between the two concession stands underneath the stadium. To bid on either Salina.
Well, we got more people coming, showing up late, so now there's less and less. Hand off to Dalton. Oh, broke tackles, broke another tackle. Touchdown. And what I say about broken tackles, that looked like there was a hold on the cornerback, but the backfield judge didn't throw the flag, so he must not have thought it was egregious enough to give it to him. They had him stopped at the line of scrimmage, had him stopped a couple yards down the field, but he just keeps his feet going.
Extra point is good by number 27, Taylor Peters.
Okay, so 11:50 to go in the second quarter. You got to score Salina Central 14, South 7. Let's see if South can answer back. So Central took that turnover, the interception, and have turned that into 7 points. Again, you can't bring down this young man with hitting him up top. You got to get him low, wrap up his legs, and hold on.
Back deep for the Cougars is number 43, Sam Corona, and number 15, Dylan Becker.
He's going to kick it. Going to pick up by Dylan. And he should have just kept going. He shouldn't have stopped. He's going to be tackled at the 15. He tried to do too much because he spent so much time wasted trying to get that ball on the ground. He just should have gone and got to get as much yard as he can instead of trying to break it back. I know they're trying to make a play, but sometimes you gotta. Coach has to tell him, no, on something like that, you just take it right up and get as much as you can. And off to Sam Corona.
Cougar ball carrier, number 43, Sam Corona.
He's going to carry it up to the 22-yard line. Make it down to 2nd and 3. Another handoff to Sam. He's going to have enough for a first down. He's going to carry it up to the 29-yard line, enough for a first down. Now, the bad thing about having Sam as your running back, if there's a bad thing, is he plays linebacker too. So unless they have someone who can come in and fill his job at linebacker and do it admirably, playing both ways does wear you down. Nice stiff arm, and he's going to get a yard pickup where he should have been dropped for about a 2-yard loss. But he gave him stiff arm and threw the central guy to the side and did what he could. Dove forward and got at least 1 yard.
Number 43, Sam Corona. He's tackled by number 43, Josh Walter.
He's going to throw it. All right, he's got to learn to throw the ball away instead of taking that sack all the way back to the 22-yard line, about a 10-yard loss almost. He's got to learn to get rid of the ball. You can throw it at the feet of your wide receiver, and that way then you're at a 3rd and 9 instead of 3rd and 17. So that's an 8-yard loss. Now this offense can pick up 17 yards on a pass play, but they've got to do a little bit. Offensive line's got to do a little better job of pass blocking. He's looking to throw it. I think they're going to call offensive pass interference.
Pass intended for number 15, Dylan Becker. There is a flag on the play.
Yep, going to be offensive pass interference, which will be
Pass interference, number 19, defense. 15-yard penalty.
Oh, they're calling on the defense for getting in front of the wide receiver and not letting him run his route. That's 15 yards. That's not an automatic first down. They called then on Central for not allowing the wide receiver to run his route. Now you got a 3rd down and 2. He's going with the power I. He's going to be short by about a yard. Let's see if Sam goes for it or if he punts.
He's met by number 40 of the Mustangs, Isaiah Veal.
The offensive line did not get the push they really needed for that, so that the fullback and the halfback, the lead blockers, ran into him, which created a bit of a pile for Sam to try to negotiate. He got a yard, but that was it.
The Cougars, number 82, Jacob Foster.
And
back deep for the Mustangs, number 19, Sumjai Kunavong.
South will now punt.
Adrian Castelli.
Caught back inside the 20. And he's going to be tackled down. Excuse me, it's inside the 30. And he's going to be tackled up to about,
number 19, Sumjai Kunavong.
talk about the 37-yard line, looks like.
Tackle made by number 29, Tanner Parrott.
And that's where Central will start their series with the ball at their 37-yard line. Now, Central needs to score and go up by 2. South needs to hold and get the ball back. Let's see which one. Nice tackle by the safety.
On first down, number 44, Michael McMullen.
Michael McMullen, and takes it up to the 42-yard line, pick of 5. And that reminds me that Cade Calvert, who's missed the last couple of games with a shoulder problem, is healthy, back to play. And although South has lost Mr. Coble, he re-injured his previous injury that he missed some games earlier in the season with, and he's out. Again, Mr. McMullen, I believe, will carry up to the 45. He'll be 2 yards short of a first down.
Picking up 3 yards on second down is number 44, Michael McMullen.
Central's trying to use Mr. McMullen and keep the South defense honest and not keen on Dalton. Is the lead to Dalton, and he's going to be over the 50. He was following that double lead.
Ball carries number 33, Dalton Peters. Picking up 7 yards on the play. Good for a Mustang first down. Tackle by the Cougars is made by number 90, Curtis Nickelman.
There's a lead out to the outside. Dalton's going to get down inside the 45. They took the outside man on South's defense and pinned him. I believe he got about 7 yards, 6 yards. Nope, only 5. I thought he got down further than he did. It's Dalton. He's only going to get about 2 yards on the play, maybe 3, down to the 40.
Number 33, Dalton Peters, picking up 3 yards on the carry. Tackle made by number 90, Curtis Hickelman. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Mustangs.
You got 3rd and 2 from just outside the 40-yard line. To hand out to Dalton. He's going to be a yard short. Be 4th down from there.
Taking the handoff for the Mustangs is number 33, Dalton Peters, just short of the first down. He's tackled by number 30, Justin Allen.
He's going to have enough for a first. Down to the 37-yard line. He's needed to get to the 38 for the first down. Stopping the clock just to move the chains.
Dalton Peters. Tackle is made by number 40, Justin Allen. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from the 37-yard line.
It's a, he's going to be tackled. I think it's Mr. Castilli on that. Kind of the man coming in motion. They fake Bob going up the middle. Then Adrian Castilli is coming back in motion. And South had one guy out there, but he was locked up, and he did his job and turned him back to the inside, but there was no one there for South's defense to stop that from being a long play. He's going to be held short.
Carrying the ball on 1st and goal is number 33, Dalton Peters.
Dalton's going to get down to the 1-yard line.
Number 31, Evan Irish. Brings up 2nd and goal for the Mustangs.
They might have brought in another fullback and have that 2-back lead, and that's exactly what they did. The Washburn, maybe if they don't do something a little tricky, but I sure wouldn't. Nope, we had a movement. We had movement.
False start, number 33 offense, 5-yard penalty.
That's Dalton Peters. All right, that moves it back to the 6-yard line, so that will change their play call. Now you got second down and goal to go from the 6 instead of from the 1. Nope, still with the same package. And they're going to mark him down the 1 yard line. They're rotating their wide receivers to bring in plays. I think they're still going to go with that double lead to Dalton.
Goal from the 1 yard line.
Quarterback sneak, touchdown.
Touchdown, Mustang. Number 2, Jacob Bellery.
Well, South Central's had come out and had very, very impressive drives. South's had one impressive drive, had 2. The second one ended up in a turnover with an interception. Kick is up and good.
Extra point is good by number 27.
So with 3:51 to go in the second quarter, you got to score. Salina South 21, Salina Central 21, South 7. So let's see what South can do. They have got to answer back. They've got to take this ball down with 3:51. They've got 3 timeouts on the clock, and they need to put 7 points on the board. Well, as I was saying, the second series by South ended up in an interception. Third, they shot themselves in the foot with a penalty, and then with a sack that Jacob Yarowitz cannot take. He's got to throw the ball away. Deep kick to Dillon at the 9 yard line. He's running side to side instead of running. He's got to get up and he's got to run north and south. He just can't keep running side to side. Back at the 15 yard line.
Chased down by number 40, Isaiah Veal.
And that's the problem. If you got a return left called and you're kicking the ball all the way to the right side of the field, where he's got to take it all the way across the field, try to go on that return. That's not going to work. On something like that, the people have got to know you just got to take it straight forward and get as much yard as you can. Nice hole. He did fumble the ball. So instead of having first down, he's going to be a yard short.
Carrying the ball for the Cougars is number 3, D'Angelo Turner. Tackle made by number 1, Jalen Park.
So you got a 2nd and 1, but he had the ball at about the 26, 27 yard line, or that's where he stopped at. They're going to have a first down just short of the 26 yard line. You got 3:32 and counting on the clock. Damaj Smith carries a quick hitter up to the 31 yard line, pick up the 5 yards.
On the carry for the Cougars is number 3, D'Angelo Turner. Tackle made by number 42, Kyle True.
2nd and 5 from there. It's a rollout, and he's going to throw it. Oh, he threw it to the tight end. He threw it behind him.
Incomplete. Intended receiver number 86, Trace Cochever.
But Trey should have had that, folks. He really should. He should have had that. He should have had that ball. It was thrown behind him. But he was able to turn and get his hands on it. that was a nice play, called, just not executed very well. And these are the kind of mistakes that will hurt you, can cost you a game. Not so much all the penalties and the turnovers, but not completing plays. Badly thrown pass and then a missed catch. Too much time. Too much time.
Prior to the snap, away game, offense, 5-yard penalty.
And that's where Mr. Yarowitz has to be aware of that. They were trying to get Central to jump. And he's got to be aware. They had these clocks, running clocks in the end zone on both ends that you can see as a quarterback. You've got to be aware. And that's another mistake by Mr. Yarowitz. He's looking to throw, roll out to the right. He overthrew his wide receiver.
15,
And now they've got a punt.
defending on the play is number 19, Sunjai Kunaval.
And that's not what South needed, was 3 and out. And you know, they did get the 1 first down. Really, basically, it's a 3 and out. Because they started at their 15. They're going to be kicking from the 26. That should give Central the ball in good field position.
Number 19, Sunjai Kunaval, and number 24, Adrian Castelli.
Line drive kick. They've fumbled. You fell on it.
Returning the punt is number 19, Sunjai Kunaval.
He didn't catch it clean. He tried to catch it against his pads and it bounced forward, but it bounced enough just right in front of him where he was able to come up and fall on it. Now, South's defense needs to rise up, prevent themselves from going into the halftime down 3 scores. Central needs to score and do that very same thing. It's a delay handoff to Dalton. He's going to be down all the way down inside the 40. The right side of South's defense just got blown out. And it was a delayed draw. South's defense is not playing good gap sound defense. And because of it, they're getting burned. He's going up to the, or down to, excuse me, the 34. Pick up the 3 yards for Dalton.
Brings up 2nd and 7. Tackle made by number 2, Justin Sullivan.
That double lead again to Dalton. He's going to be down to the shore of the 31.
33, Dalton Peters, the Mustang ball carrier.
It'll be 3rd and 4.
Tackle made by number 48,
Another 3-yard pickup. Official timeout. Well, I think it's Mr. Peters redoing his shoe. Let's see what it was. That's Mr. McHenry, or Mr. McMullen, excuse me. He's going to carry it down to the 29, just inside the 29.
Taking the handoff for the Mustangs, number 44, Michael McMullen.
And he'll be 4th down and just a little under 2 yards. Just a little under 2 yards. He's got a 1st down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. And if he hadn't lost his balance, he would have scored.
Gain of 5 yards on the play. Number 33, Dalton Peters. Cougar tackler is number 60, Joey Sullivan.
There's going to be a flag, couple flags. We might have holding on
The Mustangs, number 24, Adrian Castelli.
On Central.
Tackle made by number 30, Justin Allen. There's a flag on the play.
Back to the 26, so it's actually 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So that, if it's a spot.
Holding. Number 62, offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
So even though it's a 10-yard penalty, it's going to be a loss of 12 yards because it happened 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Central just called a timeout.
Timeout, Salina Central. The first charge to the half. Please put 36 seconds on the clock. Thank you. 36.
Now, South cannot get sucked up and give something over deep. Central still has 2 timeouts on the clock. You got 1st and 22 from there. You got a good kicker, so they might just position for a field goal. He's looking to throw it. Overthrown.
Bellery's pass falls incomplete. Intended receiver is number 11, Travis Bigler.
And Travis was open. He had got behind his defender.
Play for Salina South is number 4, TJ Weir.
Mr. Weir's got to get a little better than that. But also, South needs to get a pass rush going. You can't let Mr. Bellery have all night. He's now in a shotgun formation. It's a draw, and he's actually probably going to get back to right to the line of scrimmage. Yep.
1 yard on the play, number 33.
I'm going to give him a 1 yard pickup.
Tackle made by number 30, Justin Allen.
Clock is ticking. I don't know what they're doing here. Why they let so much time go off the clock before they call their second timeout. I don't understand that.
Salina Central, the second charge to the half.
If they had called it right after that play,
On the clock, please. 9.
they would have had time to throw it. And if nothing was open in the end zone, then you could have thrown something underneath in the middle, maybe get 10, 15 yards down the line from the line of scrimmage to make the field goal attempt just a little bit closer. But they didn't do that. Now, the only thing they could do is, Coach Hall, my call went to the official on his side of the field. They might throw something quick over the middle or something quick to the outside and then call their third timeout. South's got their 2 safeties deep. It's a draw. And they're going to call a timeout.
Central ball carrier number 33, Dalton Peters.
Now he carried it down to the 27-yard line. Now if they go for a field goal,
The third and final timeout of the half.
or they're going to try to throw one into the end zone. That's the end of their timeouts. Now, because you're hoping to get into the playoffs. Doing a field goal attempt right now here is not such a bad idea, folks. That's what they're going to do. The ball will be teed up at the 34, so it's a 44-yard field goal. South needs to watch out for a fake. And South just going to go with their basic defense. They're not going to rush this. It's going to be short and no good. Short and no good. So South will go into the locker room down by 14 points, with Central leading 21-7. Welcome to the Monterey Clinic halftime show. We got a score of Salina Central 21, South 7. And it's been a tale of Central's offense has been far more mistake-free than South. South does have one turnover, which happened on their second drive, an interception. But on their other drives, the two drives that they failed on, it was execution. Not good passes, drop passes, a missed block, penalty, a sack. That's hurt South far more than anything else. Because in penalty-wise, you're sitting at Central's got 6 penalties for the first half, and South has 4. So the one turnover went against South. It's execution, folks, and maybe there's a little bit too much nerves on the field right now with South. Mr. Yarowitz has got to settle down. He's got to learn to throw the ball away when he's under duress and about to be sacked. He needs to throw a little more accurate throws. He's had some people open that he's missed, and one being the interception. So again, it comes down to execution. It's those little small things that makes the difference. But again, Monterey Clinic halftime show of Salina Central 21, South 7, and we'll see you at the start of the second half.
However you get to access, just get to access. Come visit us at 215 North 9th Street, Salina, Kansas. Phone number is 785-823-2500.
Here we are, start of the second half. Here's the kickoff from South. A pooch kick caught at about the 25-yard line. He's going to carry it up over the 35.
Picking up 12 yards on the return is number 24, Adrian Castelli.
Central had actually moved up their deep return man just for that little pooch kick that South is doing.
Tanner Robinson.
And then we'll see if South's made any adjustments. That's a handoff to Dalton. I think he's going to get about a yard. As I was walking underneath heading to the restroom, in the restroom and walking back, I heard everything from, well, if this continues, it'll probably be a 48-7 game and all this stuff, or South needs to do a few things and then get right back in this game. So it's up in the air on everybody. And that was a handoff to the fullback, McMullen, and he's going to be held for no gain. Be 3rd and 9 from there.
He's met in the backfield by number 60, Joey Fullaball.
Again, this game it's just a game of adjustments. Sometimes adjustments work, sometimes the adjustments don't work. He's looking to throw it. He's being rushed. And he's caught. There's going to be a flag, too. Mr. Weir had coverage. And if he had been sacked like he should have been, that penalty is declined and be first down. The ball at the 44 of Salina South. South had done what they wanted. They had a 3rd and long. They gave up a long pass play. Dalton's going to push down all the way inside the 40. Just almost a 5-yard pickup. Second and 5. South's defense really needs to hold on this drive. And he got tackled in the backfield for a yard or 2 loss. Back to the 41. So it went back from the 39.
Peters tackled for a 2-yard loss in the play. He's tackled by number 60, Joey Sullivan.
Now you got a 3rd and long 7. They've only got one spread out wide. That's to the left. He's got that power eye, but I'm expecting something. And he got that first. This play gave him big yards in the first half, and South has not made adjustment to it. They fake it up the middle, then the guy coming back in motion to the left side of the offensive formation gets the ball, which is Mr. Castelli, and he takes it around the corner, and South has not made an adjustment for that, or somebody's just not doing their gap assignment. Nice tackle by the safety right there. Going to hold Dalton to a 2-yard gain. And that gets Mr. Calvert.
The Mustangs, number 33, Dalton Peters. He's tripped up by number 22 of the Cougars, Cole Calvert.
And this defense is better with Mr. Calvert back in the lineup. You got 2nd and 8. It's going to go against South.
Encouragement, defense, 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
And again, that's just not watching the ball, folks. Not watching the ball. As a defensive line, that's what you're taught to do. So you went from 2nd and 8 to 2nd and 3. And Dalton's going to carry it down inside the 20, down to the 18. That's going to be a first down. Again, it's just small things that's hurting South. Penalty, not having somebody on the outside to stop that play. They gave him a long run play in the first down prior to this first down. Another double lead by Dalton, and he's only going to get about just short of 3 yards on that. Make it a 2nd and 7.
3 yards on the first down, number 33, Dalton Peters. Tackle made by number 74, Anthony Moreno.
All right, you got that double offset eye, the power offset eye, however you want to call it. And Dalton's going to get a yard down to the 14. It'll be 3rd down and 6 from there.
Number 33, Dalton Peters. Tackle made by number 2, Justin Sullivan.
Or Mr. Castelli's coming out of the game, so maybe if they run that one play, it won't be him running it. Or he comes back in motion and gets the handoff. Bellerive is in the shotgun, and it's a quarterback. No, it wasn't. McMullen in the Wildcat. And he's going to take it down inside the 10. He's going to be short of a first down, though.
Picking up 5 yards for the Mustangs, number 44, Michael McMullen.
And that was Michael McMullen in the Wildcat. Took the snap, and the 4th and 1 from there. He's going to be held short. He's going to be held short. He's going to be held short of the first down. Someone got penetration from south and stopped it. I think they're going to bring the chains out just to make sure.
Carrying the ball for the Mustangs, number 33, Dalton Peters. Tackle was made by number 22, Cole Calvert.
They need to get the ball down to the 8-yard line, and it's in between the 9 and the 8. So I think he's about a football length short of a first down. Yep, he's short. All right, well, South bent but didn't break. And they will start their first series of the second half with the ball inside their 9-yard line. And I think that even though they could see that wasn't enough for a first down, they brought it out just to be sure. Hand off to Sam Corona, and he's going to have enough for a first down up over the 21, about almost short of the 22-yard line.
Tackle made by number 40, Isaiah Veal.
And here's that. It's a delay handoff back to the left.
Number 43, Sam Corona, the ball.
He's going to pick up a yard.
He's tackled by number 44.
And South's doing a little bit of a hurry-up offense. Sam still got it, sidestep people. He's going to carry it all the way up to the 29-yard line. And that was a nice run by Sam. He had to pick his way and just scoot and shoot where he could. And that's going to be like a 3rd down and 3. Yep, 3rd down and 3. And he needs to get to the 32-yard line for a first down. But South on that last play just went right straight to the line of scrimmage. Try to catch Central's defense unprepared. He's not going to get it. He's not going to get it. He's going to get tackled back to the line of scrimmage.
Carry the ball for the Cougars.
And they tried to go off tackle with it and allow the defense from the backside to get there, and they got penetration up front. And I don't know why they're not throwing the ball. Unless for some reason they think Mr. Yarwitz is, and he hasn't been very accurate. So, all right, we had an equipment timeout by the umpire, one of the Central players. So Mr. Foster's back to a punt for Salina South. Dribbled on the ball, back to him on the ground, excuse me. Line drive caught about the 39. And that's the way you just take it forward and get what you can. And that's a good return.
Number 19, Sumjai Konavong.
Sumjai just took it and went forward and got about 6 yards or more. Maybe close to 7. So they were start at their own 48. And I think if Jacob Foster would have had his head up and kept it, he could have ran for a first down. That whole right side or left side of the Central defense had already turned and left. And if he had got his head up and saw it, he could have just took off and gone and got a first down. There's a quick hitter by McMullen.
Taking the handoff for the Mustangs.
He's going to get right up about the 50-yard line.
By number 4, DJ Weir.
Pick up a 2 yards.
2 yards on first down, brings up 2nd and 8.
And now South's offense can't do these 3 and outs real quick. Even if you get one first down, but then turn it over again. I mean, you have to punt again. You're not letting your defense rest. This would come to haunt him in later parts of the game. There's that play again. Even though they had penetration, they did not get him down. The guy got the penetration. I don't know if he didn't see him or if he was locked up by the blocker. But that's 3 times they've run that play and 3 big plays out of it. It's like South has not made an adjustment to that play. Quick hitter McMullen, and he's going to score. He's going to score. Missed tackle up front.
30-yard run by number 44, Michael McMullen.
And Central has come out and played with fire after the first series, after that interception that South had in the first half. They have not played that way. Got a penalty. 5-yard penalty on Central.
Ball start, number 55 offense. 5-yard penalty, free try.
The kick was good. Now he's going to do it from 5 yards further back. That kick is up and good. So with 3:33 to go in the third quarter, you got to score Salina Central 28, South 7. And South cannot do another 3 or 4, 5, 6 plays and punt and turn the ball right back over to Central. They have got to score. And that's where your coaches and your senior leadership got to get in there and start firing people up and say, hey, let's start playing like we're capable of playing. But they're not throwing the ball, and I don't understand why. Now, Central's been kicking it deep on every kick, so
and number 15, Dylan Becker.
No. The whistle. They had kicked it deep, but they had not given the approval yet. The referee, who's sitting back in the end zone behind the returners, he's the one who starts it. And that's where the young freshman kicker, Mr. Peters, Dalton's little brother, where Central has to wait for him to drop. There you go. There's the whistle. He dropped his arm. Start the play. And it's a squibber. If you carried up by the up back, he's going to go all the way back around over to the left side of he's going to carry up over the 40, or excuse me, over the 30, up to about the 33-yard line.
On the return for the Cougars, number 29, Taylor Perry.
Look to throw it now. And overthrew him because he's thrown on the run. He's not able to get his feet set and make an accurate throw.
Jacob Yarwood's pass ball incomplete. Intended receiver on the play.
Plus, Central's getting a defensive pressure on him that I've not really seen yet as consistent as this year, where South is having to keep running backs back in and tight ends to help block, and that limits how many people you can sit out in formation. straight drop back. Got a man open, but he's overthrown him. Overthrew the defenders too.
Pass ball is incomplete. Intended receiver on the play is number 15, Dylan Becker. Back to defend for the Mustangs is number 1, Jalen Parks, and number 19, Sunjai Kunamong.
Well, sorry folks, I was just looking at a Royal score. He's looking to throw again. He's rolling out to the right and got his man up over the 45. That's going to be enough for a first down. He had the option there. He could run it and both throw it, but he had a guy open and threw it and got a first down.
Making the tackle for the Mustangs is number 42, Kyle True.
I got to stand back up because the kids. There's a handoff to D'Angelo. He's going to have enough for a first down. Inside the 40 of Salina Central. If he had not been tripped, he would have scored. A handoff with an inside carry to D'Angelo. He's going to pick up a couple yards.
Number 3, D'Angelo Turner. Making the tackle for the Mustangs is number 43, Josh Walter.
I believe we're in 4-down territory, especially with a score like it is 28-7. Southeast put some points on the board. It's up. And it's going to be caught and good inside the 25. That's going to be enough for a first down. Again, he had the option of throwing it or running it, but this time Central had a defender who was actually up, who, if he would have run it, he would have had to beat him to get any positive yardage. But instead, he made a nice pass where the wide receiver for South caught the ball, was able to, had to go up in the air to catch it, come down, and plant at least 1 foot, but he had both feet inbound. Shotgun formation. Touchdown. Wide open. And I don't know if a move Mr. Becker made on the defender, or the defender just lost his footing because he was down and Dylan was open behind him. And the safety was too far open.
24 from the defense forced the receiver out of bounds. He came back inbound, caught the pass, touchdown. Touchdown.
Right, if you run out of bounds to come back in, you're ineligible. If you're forced out by high school rule, if I remember correctly, if you're forced out by defense, you're allowed to come back in and make a play, which is what they did. And they actually had the offense in there because they didn't know if that was going to be. And they're going to brought Mr. Villa Castro in to kick the extra point. Kick is up and good. So the minute 42 to go in the third quarter, you got a score of Salina Central 28, South 14.
With a minute 42 left to play in the third quarter, the Mustangs get it 28-14.
So South needs to do that 2 more times. Stop Central and take the ball down the field and score. Central just needs to take care of business. They just need to keep scoring. They don't need any 3 and outs.
The winning bid of the Salina County Youth Relay for Life for Salina South is Tim Warren, and for Salina Central is Roy Applequist. Kicking off with the Cougars, number 40, Fernando Villa Castro.
Mr. Villa Castro has been pooching it. Let's see if he's going to pooch it again. No, this time he's kicking it deep, all the way back to about just inside the 15. They got him. He started to go back towards the middle, then tried to cut back to his left. We got a flag down at about the 26-yard line. Might have a hold. It's going to go get Central, by the way.
Return, personal foul, number 1, the return team, hitting his defensive player in the back. Half the distance to the goal. It'll be Salina Central ball, 1st and 10.
Okay, that's a 15-yarder. It's not going to really go 15 because it's half the distance. That takes it down to the 13. So they happen at the 26-yard line. So it's that kind of hurts Central. And that could benefit South if they can hold them to 3 and out. They could get good field position on their next series. Now that can be a moot point if Central takes the ball down the field and punches it in the end zone. This series right here could be very key, very pivotal in the game as deciding the winner of this game. If Central can score, that could just put about the proverbial nail in the coffin. And if South can hold and force them to punt from deep in their own territory, it's going to be a carry. He's only going to get 2 yards up to about the, or 1 yard up about the 14.
On the carry for the Mustangs is number 44, Michael McMullen. Picking up 1 yard on the play, brings up 2nd and 9 for the Mustangs.
Got 1:07 on the clock and ticking. It's just that one play again, and this time they've got it. This time they stopped it. He's only going to get maybe a yard or yard and a half on the play.
For the Mustangs, number 24, Adrian Castelli.
The first 3 times they've ran that, they've gotten big yardage on all 3 attempts. This time they did not. Good, do you come back to it or throw it? And they come out with 3 spread to the right. It's a draw. It's a draw. And he's going to have enough for a first down. He broke the first tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and then there was no one out there for South to stop him. South had done their job. They had 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, it's number 33, Dalton Peters.
And again, a missed tackle.
Making the tackle for Salina South is number 42, Peyton Webb.
The linebacker or defensive end out on this side was just not there. Or one of them missed a tackle in the backfield. It might have been a defensive tackle missed it, but someone missed that tackle, then there was no one out there. And this side of that defensive line is really giving up long plays. Yes, Don's going to carry it up to the 40. These people gotta go, get off this seat. No, you gotta get off that seat.
28 to 14.
You guys gotta get up. Get up. That's take off. Well, that's the end of 3 quarters with a score of Salina Central 28, Salina South 14. Sit there, you gotta get up. kids that don't understand that when something's taped off, it means it's taped off. You can't sit. You need to get. All right, they flip fields, or into the field, and hand off to Adrian Castelli. I don't know if he's going to mark short of the first down.
Number 24, Adrian Castelli. Pick up 7 yards on the play, brings up 31.
That's still a lot of yardage on that same play.
Number 22, Cole Coward.
And that's where the backside defense has got to stay home and do their job. And South is consistently not doing that. And Central's taking advantage of it. I would too. Here's a double lead by Dalton. He's going to have enough for a first down. He's going to be short of the 50.
Picking up the first down for the Mustangs is number 33, Dalton Peters. Making the tackle again for the Cougars is number 22, Cole Coward. Be first and 10 for the Mustangs at the 50-yard line.
Okay, you got first down. Ball on your side of the 50. Hand off to McMullen. Hard run. He's going to get down to the 47.
Picking up 3 yards on first down is number 44.
They stopped the clock. I think we got a flag on the field, maybe.
Justin Sullivan of the Cougars. There's a flag on the play.
Yes, we do. We have a flag on the play.
On the defense, 5 yards added at the end of the run.
5-yard face mask ended on the end of the run. So that's the incidental face mask, where you just hit it and let go, but it's still a face mask. It's not the kind where you grab it and hang on and pull the kid down.
37 seconds on the clock.
They got to reset the clock. 11:37, they said. There we go. Maybe I can sit now since the kids are all sitting. Timeout. Something. Well, it wasn't the.
Timeout. Salina Central.
It wasn't the play clock,
Second half.
because there was still 50 seconds on the play clock, which is allows you have 25 seconds to get your play off. But Mike Hall saw something, and he immediately ran right over to the official on his side of the field and asked for a timeout. So I don't know what he saw. Maybe there was something in the Central's offensive formation that was wrong. Make sure you stay with us after the game, where tonight we will be rewarding a player of the game to each team, and then we will interview the winning team's coach. Now, Central's up by 14, so that time I might not hurt him. But if this gets tied, that might come back to haunt him. There's that double lead to Dalton. He's going to carry it all the way down to the 30. I mean, he was hit way further back up the field. But they're hitting him high and not hitting him low. And he just keeps driving his legs. There's that double lead again with him. He's going to get about 4 yards on the play, I think.
Mustang ball carrier, number 33, Dalton Peters.
maybe 3, long 3.
Making the tackle for Salina South is number 90, Curtis Oldman.
Be second and 7
for
yards.
the Mustangs.
Another handoff to Dalton. Nothing fancy, just straight up the gut, following his lead blockers. Gonna take the ball down inside the 25.
Dalton Peters again, the Mustang ball carrier. Tackle made by
Picked
number
up
60,
3.
Joey Sullivan.
3rd and 6.
3rd down and 4 for the Mustangs.
It's Adrian Castelli again. More broken tackles, and he's going to go in for the score. Folks, I believe that's the game right there. All the broken tackles. Broken tackles is technique, but it's also determination. And when you give up that same play again and again and again, that tells you one, South has not made the proper adjustment to stop it. Kick is up and good. So 9:54 to go in the fourth quarter. We got a score, Salina Central 35, South 14. And folks, unless a miracle happens, this should be Central's game. And they deserve it. They came out and executed where South did not. But I had to give it to something that South students' body, no matter what score, has not stopped. They have continued to cheer and cheer and cheer. Central just seems to cheer whenever they score, something good happens. But South continuously throughout this game has continued to cheer and do things.
Kicking off for the Mustangs is number 27, Caleb Peters. Back deep to Cougars is number 23, Sam Corona, and number 15.
Right, Central's kicked it deep, except for a couple of times they squibbed it. See what they're going to do this time. Squib again. There he steps out. He's still going to be short of the 20. I don't know if he made it to the 15. He didn't. And that squib kick, Central's been getting down awfully fast. And that tells me one thing. That South's return team is not doing a good job of blocking.
Making the tackle for the Mustangs was number 48, Anthony Rowland.
A nice carry for South. They'll get over the 20.
Picking up 7 yards on first down, number 43,
Sam Corona.
by number 99, Bryce Franco, and number 40, Isaiah Beal.
Hey, hey. Guys, you can't, no, you got to get up. You got to get up. Sorry, folks, I got kids here walking and standing, not where they're supposed to be. It's all taped off, and they're just walking right over the tape. Obviously, they don't know what that means.
Number 12, Jacob Yarwood scrambles on the play. He's tackled by number 40, Isaiah Beal. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Okay, 3rd and 4. And he's going to be short of a first down. By about a yard.
Cougar ball carrier number 43, Salina. Tackle the play made by number 40, Isaiah Veal.
And it's going to say yard, but it's less really than a yard. A quarterback sneak right here would probably do it. Sam's big hole all the way up to the 40-yard line. They had Central's defense pinched in the middle like for a quarterback sneak or maybe the fullback up the middle, and he took it off tackle, and if they hadn't been knocked down, he would have scored. South has got to score quick. They've got to get the ball back and score quick, and they've got to do this 3 times without giving up any more points to Central. He's looking to throw it. Overthrown to Mr. Becker.
Ball's incomplete. Intended receiver is number 15, Dylan Becker. Defending on the play for the Mustangs, number 22, Andrew Rutherford.
He got open, but Jacob is either throwing a tad too soon or not putting it. He needs to put a little more air on it to give Dylan Becker the chance to see it and adjust and go and make the catch. He's in shotgun formation, and it's a handoff to D'Angelo Turner. And he's going to carry up short of the 50. They're in the hurry-up offense. Again, he's going to carry it down inside the 45, down to the 44. That's enough for a first down. They stop the clock to move the chains. South can't go 4 or 5 yards of crack. They need to score. They need to score now. And Central just needs to drag it out, drag it out. The clock is now South's #1 enemy. They're going to fake it to Turner again. And they hit this man. And he's going to carry it all the way down inside the 30, down to the 26. Jacob Marcotte. They had 4 guys out in pass pattern, and they had kind of a crossing where the guy on the right side went and down deep and went across the middle, and Becker came across from the left side and crossed over and went into that open space created by the other wide receiver. There's that handoff to Turner, and they're going to call a foul. They're going to throw a flag on Central for a late hit. Now the play is good for a first down to the 12-yard line. All right, so that's another 15, half the distance.
Timeout, Salina Central. Second timeout in the second half.
That's their second timeout. I think that was more of anything was the coach getting out there and saying, hey, and that's it's Sumjay Kunavong, who's had a really good game. And folks, I'm really stumped on who you have for a player of the game for both teams. In reality, Dalton's had a good game. McMullen's had a good game. Bellaree's had a good game. Adrian Castelli's had a good game. He's actually had a good game on both sides of the ball. Touchdown. Just do a fade. And the South receiver went up and got it.
6-yard touchdown on the play. Yard with number 18, Jacob Marcotte.
Not that that penalty would have helped them, but the way they were moving the ball. Kick is up and good. Now, even if South goes and loses, the more points they can score helps them. Let's say they end up being 2-1 in district, and let's say Great Bend is 2-1 in district. Or Central ends up. Oh, well, Great Bend has beaten Newton 45-7, so that's another. But then it comes down to points scored. That will decide who is the runner-up, or even the champion. If everyone, you got more than, let's say Central loses to Great Bend or to Newton. So there's all kinds of things playing here. Not only do you want to win, but you want to put points on the board. And it kind of encourages the running up the score a little bit, just to give you that padded cushion, just in case it comes down to that. They're doing the onside. He can't advance it. He can't advance it. But South got the onside kick. It came up and bounced hard. Went through a couple of people's hands. Then a South cover guy just picked it up and took off running, which you can't do. It's called dead right there. Where he got it was at the 49. But Central touched the ball for and went 10 yards. So if South had fallen on it on their side of the 50, still would have been their ball because Central had touched it. You couldn't have something drawn up better and executed better on one of those plays. Long throw to a man, it's open, and there's going to be a flag. There's going to be a flag because it was underthrown. The defender was beaten, and he did not turn and make a play on the ball, and then ran into the. Folks, you got 7:04 on the game. On the clock. If South was scoring and kicked the extra point, we're down to 7 points. With plenty of time still on the clock. Oh my goodness. He's going to get about 6 yards on the play, or 5. Jacob should have been sacked for a loss, and he continued the ball to the outside and but he had a man break open late, but he had already passed the line of scrimmage. If he had gone his head up, he saw there was a guy open and had broken late into the end zone, and it was there for a touchdown. A nice run and throw. Touchdown. It is a touchdown. Trace Kochefer caught the ball, broke a tackle, and then carried 2 guys in and got inside the pylon. Folks, that's a touchdown, and you've got 6:21 on the clock, and we're down to a one possession game, really. South has done what they needed to do. Now they have to continue. Momentum has definitely swung to their side of the field. Central's got to get it back. Nope, going to be a flag. One of the South guys moved on this end of the formation. Looked like to me, unless Central moved in and they answered to it.
False start. Number 34.
Yep.
The offense. 5-yard penalty. 3 tries.
I don't know if he set his hand down or lifted his hand, did something. He did something. Kick is no good.
Extra point is no good.
So it's an 8-point game with Salina Central 35, South 27. And for those of you who know football, that means South has to hold, has to score, then go for 2. If not, they've got to go for 1, get the ball back, and then kick a last-second field goal. But when we were sitting at 28-7, then 35-14, most people thought this game was over, and I thought that we were close to it, because I actually said in that last touchdown with Central, that could be the proverbial nail in the coffin. He's going to kick deep. They're not set up for an onside. He's going to kick it deep. Oh, he's doing the pooch. Nice tackle. Nice tackle by the South right at the 32-yard line. If he could have put that about another 4 or 5 yards further back, that might have hit grass, because Central was up to cover the onside kick and only had 1 man deep. And the man deep, I believe it was Dalton Peters, was coming up, but he wasn't going to get there in time. I had someone leaning over on Central's, on this end of the Central offensive line. They didn't call it. The official over here started to reach for the flag and did not do it. So if you can, at home, are taping this and rewind, take a look at that, you'll see it. And thanks to we getting our server straightened out, we now do have football games back on the server for Salina Access TV.
Please put 5 minutes, 52 seconds on the clock, please.
5:52, it dropped down to 5:47. Which he did, 5:52, and start the game clock on his signal. So that's 5 seconds back on the clock. Now start it. Now Central needs to take their time, not snap it right away. You can see that clock in the back of the end zone. It's at 8-7. He snapped it right at the 5-second count. There's a quarterback keeper, and he's going to have enough for a first down. Nobody stayed home on the outside of South's defense, and that's been their mistake all game long, giving up the outside.
Making the tackle for this line, South Cougars, number 4, DJ Weir. Brings up 1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
Got 1st and 10 with 5:13 on the clock and ticking. He's going to wait down, plug to the 5-second count again before he snaps it. There's that. It's a fumble. South's got it.
Mustang ball carries number 24, leaving the play. Fumble on the play, recovered by Salina South.
All right, well, that's the break South needed. They get the ball at Central's 38-yard line, and their offense has been clicking, running and throwing. He's looking to throw it. It's a handoff. And he's going to run all the way down inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line. That was a delayed draw, and I say a delay because he actually faked with his throw with his right hand. I think he handed the ball off with his left. It had me fooled. I thought he was throwing it too. Then I saw D'Angelo come out of there. Hand it to D'Angelo. He's down inside the 20.
Taking the handoff is number 3, D'Angelo Turner.
To pick up 3 yards, 2nd and 7 from the 19. Now what South's going to probably want to do, and there's 2 thoughts of theory here. Score quick in case your 2-point conversion doesn't go. You got to get the ball back and kick a field goal to win the game. It's a handoff to Samaj Smith. And Nabaj, not Samaj, and he's going to carry it down to the 10-yard line. Will be first down and goal to go from there. He was actually hit right about the line of scrimmage or a yard past it. He kept his balance and kept right on going. This kid is a load. He's 5'10", 229 pounds. You know, the proverbial little fire plug or bowling ball. And he does have some quickness to him. I've seen this year on some runs where he actually got some time to run it. Is he going to score? He did. He scored. Sam Corona. I would hate to have to give this, and I don't seem hate to give this to Sam 2 games in a row, but he has run the ball hard. He's running effective in this game. And they're going to go for 2, which they've got to do. And I expect a pass play, a rollout pass play. It's good. And score with 3:33 to go in the 4th quarter. You got a score of 35-35. Why should we expect anything less than a typical South Central dogfight? Oh my. Charles is really going to be sick when he knows he missed this game. I know he's down there for work at a seminar with one of the best realty agents in the country, they say. He's one of the top sellers in the nation. And both he and his wife Phyllis are realtors, as well as his wife just happens to be Dr. Phyllis, has her PhD, also teaches some online classes. She used to work full-time with Brown Mackey. And I remember when she was just Phyllis before the bachelor's, the master's, and the doctorate. I'm proud to see that she's done all those things. He's kicking it high and deep. High. I would count the 14-yard line. He's going to be tripped up. He's going to be knocked down. He's going to be just short of the 29, I believe. They're going to mark it right at the 29, but we got a Central kid down. And I don't know, I think it might be a cramp. Because the water boy immediately took a water bottle out to him, and the way the trainer's working, he's stretching the leg. I think it's more of a cramp, which is a dehydration issue with people that find hard to believe that even on a cool day like tonight, and like today was, you can still get dehydrated. When you're out there running, especially if you play both ways, and you're not drinking fluids like you should, it can catch up to you. That's why on game day, they tell you to drink water. Stay away from pop. They don't want you drinking pop throughout the whole week anyways. But get away from the sugary stuff. Water. And if you drink a Gatorade, if you drink 20 ounces of Gatorade, you need to drink 40 ounces of of water. Yeah, it's Mr. Castelli, and I think more anything, it's a cramp. So it's 2 ounces for water for every 1 ounce of Gatorade. Now Powerade, which is not as strong as Gatorade, it's 1-to-1, 20 for 20. But I've listened to some dietary experts talk about really the best thing for you is water. H2O. It's a Wildcat with McMullen. He's got some yards all the way down to about the 37-yard line of South in that Wildcat formation. And he broke a couple tackles early on. And that's where not getting penetration right there hurt South. You got 3:18, and once he went out of bounds, that means the clock is stopped. It's a quick handoff to Dalton. Dalton Peters.
Tackle made by number 90, Curtis Hogan.
Here's the Wildcat again. We got flags. Illegal procedure Central. That's going to move them back 5 and stop the clock.
Ball start. Left side of the line. 5-yard penalty. And stay down.
Two. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 11 penalties on Central if my count is right. 11 penalties. And I'll tell you, Coach Hall is not going to like that. There's the Wildcat again off to the right side now. He's not going to get anywhere. He's going to be short of the original line of scrimmage.
Tackle made by number 74, Anthony Moreno.
He got 3rd down. Third down and 10 from the 37. He's going to keep it. He's going to be caught short. He's going to be stopped short. Down to the 31-yard line.
Number 2, Jake Bellery.
It's cat and mouse time, folks, at minute 51 and counting. Central's got 1 timeout, South's got 3. Don't know if I wouldn't use a timeout here by South. Here you go, 4th down and 4. Central calls their last timeout.
Salina Central. Third and final of the second half.
And that's their final timeout, as you heard the officials say. Well, all right, what do you call if you're Central? Back in shotgun formation. I think he's got Dalton Peters beside him. He faked the draw. Oh, he fumbled it. He fumbled it. and it's got picked up. And knocked it all the way back to the 43-yard line at Salina Central. Maybe you might have been better off just punting the ball. That's the second turnover in this fourth quarter for Central. The Central has no timeouts. That's Sam Corona. All the way down inside the 20, excuse me, 30.
Carrying the ball for Salina South, with number 43, Sam Corona.
That's on that, it's kind of a delay. And instead of going contact the left where they were blocking, he had to hold back to the backside on the right, and he took it, and he went for yardage. Sam's got it again. He's down inside the 15.
Ball carrier, number 43, Sam Corona. Making the tackle.
Make it right about the 13-yard line. Okay, clock's running, 46 seconds to go. Sam again. Down inside the 5. I think he's going to be a yard short of the first down. He is. He's a yard short of the first down. They need to get up right away or call a timeout. And they're going to call a timeout. And they thought they should have called that about 4 or 5 seconds ago.
Timeout. Salina South. The first of the second half. Please put 20 seconds on the clock. Thank you.
That's their first timeout. They got 2 more. "20 seconds on the clock. Ball's down at the 4-yard line. They need to get to the 3 for a first. And I wanted to say something I saw at halftime and before the game. We have a number of college scouts here tonight, folks. And there's a number of kids on both sides of this field that should be playing next year on Saturday unless they play another sport or they want to do something different. Double lead, and he's going to score. Sam scores from 4 yards out with 15 seconds on the clock. This has been a tale of 2 halves. Sal started executing. Kick is up and good. So with 15 seconds on the clock, folks, we got a score. Salina South 42, Central 35. This is going to be talked about around the state. I'm going to have to stay up late because I won't get home in time to see the Channel 12 news. But I'm going to have to stay up late to watch the replay of it, or tape it, if I don't want to stay up late, so I can see what Channel 12 has to say about this. And I love to listen to Channel 12 when they talk, especially Bruce Turtle, just has always been an admirer and respecter of South and Central football and of the rivalry and of the, first the class of both teams, the competitiveness of both teams, the success of both teams. I see a pooch or a squib kick. It's a squib. Oh, he's going to be tackled. He's going to be tackled. He's going to be tackled. There's going to be a flag, I think, for a late hit.
On the return. There is a flag on the play.
I think there's going to be a flag for a late hit against South.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, number 11. Defense, 15-yard penalty from dead ball spot. First down.
Now that helps Central. They had him backed up inside the 25. That's going to move it out to the 40, or back to the 25. But there's 12 seconds on the clock, no timeouts. And South's defense is really deep. They're only going to rush 3. Now they brought one of the linebackers up. And it's going to be intercepted. It's going to be intercepted. It's going to be intercepted. Mr. Calvert. That's going to be 3 turnovers against Central in the fourth quarter. And they had the lead going in by 2, if not 3 touchdowns going in the fourth quarter. And that gets the Central fans heading for the gates. All they've got to take is one knee, just one knee. And they are in victory formation. The one guy deep, which is D'Angelo, in case there's a... And that's going to be it. Wow, folks. Way to come from behind and turn a loss into your crosstown rival into a victory. That should pump you up. And South is home for their last 2 games of the season. Central's got to go on the road to Newton. To Great Bend. And Great Bend was a big winner. So, folks, I will see you at the post-game interview.
The Scene of Salina at SalinaTV.org.
Oh, let's work it now.
The Scene of Salina at SalinaTV.org. The Scene of Salina at SalinaTV.org. On the Scene of Salina at SalinaTV.org. Did you get it?
Hi, Ashley Jarvis here to present the RE/MAX MVP of the Game Award to Sam Corona. Sam, heck of a game today. Came right down to the last few seconds. One of the better football games I've seen all year, in college, NFL, everything. This was exciting. 3 touchdowns, 147 yards, including 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter and the game winner. Sam, that was amazing, but I think people would like to hear about that last drive, and anything you can say about that?
We just told ourselves we're not going to take no as an answer. We didn't want to punt the ball. Luckily, we came together and got it in the end zone.
Very modest. And how about the first half there? What did you guys talk about when you went in there at halftime?
We just can't hang our heads. I mean, if we hang our heads, that's when it gets the best of us. But luckily, we didn't do much of that, so we pulled it out with a win.
Well, Sam, here I want to award you the RE/MAX MVP of the week, 2nd week in a row, and keep the wins coming. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm here to present the RE/MAX MVP of the game award here with Mike McMullen. And Mike, heck of a game out there today. You guys fought really, really hard. Why don't you tell me a little bit there as far as that last drive?
Well, the last drive we had going was really good. We had momentum going, but just turnovers, just little plays that screwed us all over in the end.
Well, I tell you what, that's one of the best games I've seen all year in any division. So again, that was well played. You guys look great out there today. Played as a team, a lot of sportsmanship, and it's my pleasure to present you with the MVP of the game. Congratulations, Mike. Sorry about the loss.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger. I don't grill it for you.
You wouldn't do it there.
Gotta be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Welcome to post-game interview. I'm sitting here with, standing here, with Coach Sam Sellers. And Coach, after games I came over to get you, I ran by Coach Stonebricker, the AD, and of course, former coach who I guess you played for. And I said, Stoney, is there something in the rule book that says a South Central game has to end up and finish like this?
Well, when I came out of the locker room at halftime, I walked by him and stopped and talked to him for a second. I said, this is going to get stupid. I don't know if we're going to win it, but it's going to get stupid. That's what these games do, and it did, and we won it. I don't know how, but we did.
Well, if I might throw my opinion in here, in the first half, you had 1 turnover. That hurt you, but it was more of the mental turnovers. Bad pass, drop pass, a missed block, a penalty, that hurt you, and it was execution. Second half, you turned that around. In the fourth quarter, all that went Central's way, all the bad execution.
Yeah, and I mean, we talked at halftime that, this group of kids, and they're, I would have never guessed this going into the season, but they lack confidence. And, they've won a ton of games the last 3-4 years and have an awful lot of talent, a lot of kids that last year got postseason accolades and all kinds of things. And I told them at halftime, I said, our problem is we're afraid to be great. And in the first half, we were really good for about 85 to 90% of the plays. And just like you said, just had execution issues offensively, defensively that killed us. And, I said, this second half, don't be afraid to be great. Just go out. Who knows what's going to happen? But I said, you make a couple things happen, crazy things happen in this game, grab the momentum, run with it, and I can't be prouder of them. They did that and got the W.
Well, when Central scored that last touchdown, and I said, is that the proverbial nail in the coffin? I didn't know because momentum was on Central side of the ball, it was not on South side. I said, it's going to take a miracle. Well, that miracle to me happened in 3 turnovers in the fourth quarter by Central.
Yeah, and the thing that is awful about this game is that there's a loser, because every single South Central game that I've been a part of, both teams have really just played their hearts out. And that happened tonight again, like it does every night, that these two teams match up. The horrible thing about this is somebody has to lose. And you feel awful, seeing kids that play their hearts out and lose at the end of the game. But this game's just always like that. And it always gets crazy, and it's all about momentum. And they had momentum for much of the game, and all of a sudden it swung on our side, and our kids just ran with it and made things happen and got the win.
I think you said it best last week with the post-game interview. You were talking about this game. You said these kids have grown up. They've played together on Salvation Army football games and other sports, baseball or basketball, all through Y and up city. And these kids are friends, but you get them out in the field, and now they're opponents. And you've coached some of these kids in these other things, so you care about these kids, and you and Coach Hall happen to be very good friends.
It's honestly a horrible feeling, and obviously you're ecstatic that you win, but it's much easier for me to talk to Mike after he beats me than I beat him, and it's just a weird thing. It's hard to explain. I know it probably sounds crazy, but the friendship, you feel horrible that they had a win taken away from them late because of some crazy things that happened. And like I said, we're not going to give them the Mayor's Cup because we feel bad, but it's just a weird feeling. I don't know how to explain it. But like you said, you know, I coach a lot of these kids in Salvation Army football camps, know a lot of these kids. Both, you know, Salina has an awful lot to be proud of. They're the youth that represent them and on the football field, and you just feel bad. You feel great for your team, and you feel awful for the other team, and it's just I think it's what makes this rivalry special.
Yes.
But I don't think people outside can fully grasp all that. And obviously everybody wants to win this one. It's a big one, but it's got that specialness to it that you have that weird feeling of, man, I feel bad for them. I mean, they played their hearts out and just came up just short, and it's strange. I mean, I'll probably sleep better tonight, but you still feel bad for them.
I told Mike when I was in getting their player of the game, who turned out to be Mr. McMullen, what a game he had. Awesome game. I said, Mike, as excited as I am for Sam, I'm heartbroken for you. And I care about both of you guys, and that really, I know that's hurt. And it was a tale of two locker rooms. Central's locker room was like somebody had shot their mom, but South's locker room was like Christmas time. But the thing I'm proud of was I've been in Central's locker room or your locker room after losing and hearing the other team whoop it up, and South was not whooping it up. They did not rub it in Central's face.
Yeah, and you worry about that, and sometimes you have to worry about the fans more than anything else. But I think you hit the nail on the head. I think these kids, and part of what makes it special is they respect each other, and you know, when it's the same thing that we were talking about with Coach Hall and I. They feel the same way. You know, they're excited that they won. They know that Central played their hearts out and maybe didn't deserve the loss, but somebody has to lose in this game, and it's just tough.
All right, let's finish this with Great Bend blew out Newton. So Central's going to go play Great Bend, and you've got Newton coming into here. We both just got done talking about the coach there at Newton. He's a great guy. What do you know about them, and what are you looking that they're going to try to do against you?
Newton's a lot like Central and Hutch. They're a ground and pound team. They got really good size, and they have a tailback that's one of the elite sprinters in Kansas. I think he already has an offer from KU for football. Just a junior, but I think he ran 10.6 in the 100 at state, and he's got elite speed. And you know, it's just a program that I think in the AVCTL, if you're not Derby, Hutch, or a Salina school, it's tough to get over that mental hurdle. And they have some very good talent, and that makes them scary. I mean, you know, I'm sure their battle cry this week is going to be, you know, we have nothing to lose. You know, let's go out, shock the world, you know, and so we've got to come ready, have another big week of practice, and come ready for a big one.
So I expect you then, you're probably going to be loaded up to just try to stop that running back. But on offense, you're probably going to do what you did here. You ran and you threw, and it was a pretty good balance.
Yeah, and that's what we need to do. And you know, our offensive line has, you know, been slow to come around. And we knew that going in. We were very young and green. And they've been coming. And it's nice to take that pressure off of them. And obviously we have some fantastic wide receivers to throw the ball to, and Yarrow does a great job getting the ball. And that's what, you know, when we designed our offense, that's the ideal is being able to, if they're going to, we want, for number one, run the ball. And you have to be able to run the ball in Kansas, especially in November in the playoff run when weather gets bad. But it's also nice to be able to make teams pay when they pack that box. And it's important to be able to do both phases well to have success. And you know, we're coming there. We're a work in progress. It's getting there. You know, the hope is it's kind of coming at the right time, and we make a little run here.
Folks, when Central, like as I shared earlier, when Central scored that final touchdown, they were up 35-14, and I said, well, I think that's proverbial nail in the coffin unless we have a miracle, and that miracle happened. 3 turnovers, penalties, missed assignments by Central. South took full advantage. Their offense started clicking. They started executing. They started pounding the ball, the occasional throw. They come out with the last second 35-28 win. Folks, South is home for the next 2 games. We got Newton here next week, Great Bend after that. We need to see you fill the stands like you filled the stands on the opposite side tonight. We need to hear you cheering like you did tonight so that we can send South, get these 2 more victories, make them 5-3 in the year, and get them in the playoffs and hopefully a home playoff game. This again, Salina Access TV Friday Night Football, week number 7. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Mowry Clinic provides the Salina community with a comprehensive spectrum of services delivered with compassion and sensitivity. We strive to create a partnership with our patients that promotes health and well-being in all phases of life. We care about our patients, we care about providing quality health care services, and we care about our community. Chances are you know many of us because Mowry Clinic physicians live in Salina. We are coaches for youth sports teams and leaders for Boy Scouts and 4-H. We offer time, talent, and financial support to a variety of community events and charities. Our children attend school with your children. Our families attend worship services with your families. And we are proud to call Salina home. We have a vested interest in the success of this community, and we remain committed to an independent practice model that promotes our proud heritage and philosophy to provide quality medical care centered on the relationship between each patient and the physician of their choice. You have a choice for your medical care. Choose a doctor dedicated to the pursuit of excellence in healthcare services. Choose Mowry Clinic.
I never dreamed I would have heart trouble. All of a sudden, I was having trouble walking 100 yards and back. Sure enough, they did 6 bypasses. The surgery is a walk in the park. The healing takes many, many walks in the park. There's 2 Q's in life. There's quantity and there's quality. And without quality, quantity is totally unimportant. Now I have a quality of life that I hadn't had for about 7 or 8 years. I got to know what a terrific operation this Salina Regional is. The staff here is phenomenal. I would put them up against any staff I've ever met. The huge difference is the people. The people really care about people. It's an oasis in the desert is what Salina Regional really is.
The friendly staff at Salina Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Clinic, located at 523 South Santa Fe, are always welcoming new patients to serve in the areas of sports medicine, total joint care, and more. You can contact the office at 785-823-7213 or toll free at 1-866-406-4141.